I think outside of Laura Dern, the girl who plays oh God, what's her name from the real names, the Warrens, whoever plays.
Oh, Vera
Farmiga.
Yeah. She's my B-list Laura Dern. If I couldn't have,
I see that.
Yeah, like Laura
I love
Dern's.
her.
Yeah, if you ever watch the program, like Laura Dern's like my crush.
Yeah.
Vera Farmiga could be my second crush.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally see that. Yeah.
There you go.
No, good. Honestly, good for them for picking hot people to play the Warrens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
but-
Wouldn't work if they looked like they looked.
Patrick Wilson, it's strange to me that he's hot because
Yeah.
he's.
Oh, not to me.
I mean, but Andy, like, he's a regular human being.
No.
No, I know what you mean. He's
He's a
like
god.
like with like a Timothy Chalamet. It's like, okay, that's like there's at least like some like defining unique features there that
He's got but here's the thing about Timothy Chalamet. That Timothy Chalamet is the name of a very rich mouse, not a human being. He's cheese.
My boyfriend's dad looks so much like Patrick Wilson.
Really?
I'm in love with my boyfriend's dad.
That's a TikTok sound,
brother.
actually.
Oh my gosh.
I see. So I see where you're like, the pipeline genetics are good.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. I'm Andy Rugg, welcoming you to Support Local Film. We have a very special guest with us today. Would you care to introduce them, hun?
Speaking of confidence,
We've got it.
sentences can do. Pronouns, verbs, adjectives, subjects. Subject today, Cassie Guera. Cassie Guera. Who is she? She's an excellent filmmaker. She is actually someone very special because she and I have something in common. We both love Giallo films. Have you ever seen Giallo films? Have you, Andy?
I have. I didn't know what it was until I Googled it last night, but
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised.
And
so.
then it's like, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
it
like, oh, I
makes
know what
sense
that
they're
is.
all the same thing.
Yeah.
All those things I watched
Yeah.
strung together. So, Cassie, I think you're ideal to tell the audience what a Giallo film is, as well as who you are. Go ahead.
Man, I mean, hopefully none of my professors see this, but Giallo, I mean, Italian made and generally Italian set, but not always. Mystery, kind of thriller films, generally revolving around a crime, and kind of they predated but definitely influenced American slashers. And less often, but these are my favorite ones, they have a supernatural element in addition to the crimes.
And what's special is that you have taken up a mantle in Denver, and I've never seen anyone else do this, where you made your own. I call them Giallo films because I'm educated. I'm uneducated. I'm the worst. So you made your own Giallo film, and it's very special. Tell us about that.
Oh, well, I'm flattered that you describe it that way. So my senior thesis film was called Moonsign. It's a supernatural horror film set in the 60s about a girl going through the scariest thing ever, which is getting her period for the first time, and grappling with that and all the other spooky things that come with it.
I have a very important question.
Yes.
Did you do this on purpose, making it a period piece in the 60s and also a period piece?
A little bit.
Thank goodness. I love that. Okay. Yeah. You're amazing.
I always now have to specify if I'm talking about something which period I am referring to.
That's beautiful.
Do you think John Fawcett, the guy who directed Ginger Snaps, has the same problem?
Oh, yes, he should. Absolutely.
Same with Turning Red. It took place in
Wow,
the 90s.
even. Oh my gosh, you're totally right.
Oh,
how
man.
sweet.
You're in a special you're in like your own subgenre
Yeah.
where it's like it's the double period.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Someone should make a list of the double period films.
Yeah.
On Letterboxd, what do you think the stupid name would be?
Oh God. I love a badly named letterbox list.
Just a period.
Just
Yeah.
period. No explanation, no understanding of the theme. Like, enter description here is still there, but
Yes.
it's this list of movies.
Yes.
Andy, I never would have thought about that in a million years.
I know, yeah.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Yeah.
So, Cassie, your movie isn't just about a girl getting a period for the first time, even though that's pivotal to the theme. It also has many elements that, you know, a lot of our listeners, they grew up around Denver or anywhere really, they would identify with, you know, those heavy Catholic themes and a lot of themes that, you know, go hand in hand with your specific upbringing. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so I mean, it was important to me that that there was like a religious element to this film, because growing up Catholic was sometimes really freaking scary. So I definitely wanted to see the main character in a kind of like oppressive space. So it takes place in the same room the whole time, and a room in a Catholic boarding school. And so she's literally boxed in by this institution, which there were definitely times growing up where it's like, well, I see my other friends from elementary school go to Catholic church, but like they're only coming on Christmas and Easter, so like I'm putting all this time and so even though I like knew other Catholic people growing up, I still felt a separation from them, even, I guess, and even from the church we went to as a whole, because I mean, I feel like being a Mexican Catholic is very different from being a white or just any other type of Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can agree with that because, you know, growing up, you know, I watched a lot of horror movies. My parents were in that sphere, but I never even considered that you could be Catholic and have all these, the Dia de los Muertos or other elements. And am I right in saying that you went to Catholic boarding school yourself?
No, public school all the way.
Me too. But you know, I think that's just as special, especially when, you know, you get the little Catholic enclave, even if it's a high school, but it's in a little suburb and there's the church like right across the street.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So tell me, maybe this is an experiential thing, and I'm always interested in this. What's it like being a filmmaker? You grew up Latino, you grew up Catholic. What is that like, and how does that influence your work?
I mean, it's something that I always felt some difference growing up in a primarily white area, and it wasn't until I started university that I even made any like significant friendships with other Hispanic, Latina friends. I would say when I got to university, made my first friends that were also Hispanic. I was like naturally inclined to kind of explore that once I got into production classes and, you know, kind of talk about things that I had experienced, but then also kind of explore for myself independently for the first time what, you know, my cultural background is.
Do you feel you're still exploring that in your filmography?
Yes, absolutely.
I just want to know more about your film.
It is a short. There are lots of things that because it's a short could not you know, make it in, that I still like play with in my head. So I don't know if perhaps a longer version is in the future, or if just another film entirely that would allow me to play with some of those ideas that had to kind of get passed by, had to get killed off for the short.
So it's kind of like a proof of concept for
a little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's always something that I'm really interested in, because I myself have a project called All Student Council's Men, and I was like, well, I'll make the first episode of it. It was my senior thesis, just like you.
Awesome, yeah.
And we had plans to do episode 2, and I had the script written and everything, and it just never came to fruition. It broke apart. So what is that feeling like in your head? Does it itch the back of your brain? Does it make your eyeballs just kind of kringle and crunch?
A little bit, because I mean, specifically in the film, I mean, another thing that I am interested in and that I've always loved to see on screen is like female friendships. And I think part of that is I was an only child, so like I love watching movies where it's like, you know, there's like a sisterhood there. But I'm glad I don't have a sister for real.
And you just kind of got into this talking about like witchy stuff, but like, so where does the supernatural element kind of come into play in this?
So in this exact situation, it's sort of telekinesis, Carrie vibe going on, and you know, with it being a short, it does not escalate into anything, you know, violent like Carrie, but maybe it could.
Something that maybe I haven't fully experienced. There's plenty of thoughts I've had that don't necessarily codify with our specific shared experience. But, you know, what is the element of suppression that plays a big theme in this film? You know, I see it, and what really interests you about having to be a woman and having to suppress a portion of yourself, because she's trying to hide it in the movie.
Yeah.
So what is that intrigues you?
I mean, I think regardless of you know, if it's religious background or if it's even just like, you know, societal influence, I think lots of women feel that need to suppress in, you know, any experience. I mean, that's unfortunately kind of the experience of being a woman. So I really like films, you know, people make jokes about them and make like the jokey letterbox lists of, but like, you know, people like Megan Fox and Jennifer's Body and Anya Taylor-Joy and The Witch and, you know, all these crazy hot girls. And I think there's something really like special to get to see, whether it's like rage or like a sense of relief or anything to like take back, I guess, something that they've had to quell. I cry at the end of Midsommar every time, even though she's not in a very good situation either.
So you like those kinds of movies? We call those good for her movies, kind of?
Yes, the good for her lists, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, no, I do love a good for her movie. I mean, obviously I skew horror based, so those are the ones that come to my mind. But yeah, like let them like release whatever they've been feeling tenfold.
Gone Girl?
Yeah.
She was just living her life.
It's very therapeutic.
Yeah.
And I mean, even this short and what I'm working on now is, you know, the same kind of, it's been therapeutic, like for me personally.
So you obviously have watched Giallo films. You've watched the movie Suspiria.
Yes.
Well, there's two of them.
I've watched both and I love both.
Fantastic. Then you get to play Italy's favorite game show. Which Suspiria is it?
Yes! Oh my god.
Theme music.
Oh my god. This is everything.
So what you don't know is Andy is your only lifeline for this.
Okay.
There are more than 3 questions. Unlike every other game, you're special. So you have to win this game by at least 1 point. So there's around 12, 14 questions. You have to get at least 8, or else a spooky little witch is going to get you.
Oh no, I'm going to get all pretzeled up.
It's going to be like It Follows.
Yeah, seriously.
That is not a good for her movie.
No.
So we want it to be good for you. So let's play. Which Suspiria is it?
It's game time. Dum dum dum.
Dum dum dum. Today is definitely a dum 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 day. All right. So how this will work, Cassie, is you have to say it's 1977 or 2018. So you can be like 2018 or 1977, or to say 77 or 18, depending on which one it is, and then I will say if you're right or wrong.
Or you say the better one or the worst one, and we just have to assume that you're correct.
Yeah. Which one is the better one to you?
Oh god, they're too different. I love them more or less equally.
It's a brave non-answer, Senator.
Yeah. No, I mean, I guess if I was, like at peacock feather dagger point, I guess I'd have to say the original, but just by a hair.
Yes.
Just by a hair.
I win.
I think we'll get into that. The lead actress completed over 2 years of ballet training to be in the film.
18.
Correct. Number 2. The film was designed to resemble an acid trip. This was achieved by shooting on outmoded Technicolor stock.
77.
Correct.
These are too easy. Are they going to get harder as it goes on?
Were you here for the last quiz? I thought I made hard ones, but if you don't think
hey,
so,
that
Andy.
first one, I had to think for a second.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Okay.
I'm just priding myself.
Fair enough. Don't worry, Andy. We'll get tougher as we go.
Okay.
After completing the movie, the director actively contemplated suicide.
low-key hope it was Dario.
Correct.
Oh, thank God. Is that the original one?
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking, we have a lot of therapy resources nowadays. It's gotta be that one.
Number 4. When the trailer and movie were revised to remove images resembling photography by Anna Metadilla.
Oh. 77?
2018.
Wow. You learn something new every day.
There was a big lawsuit. Amazon Studios was sued by the estate of Anna Metadilla because no one consulted the estate before just putting all those images in.
What, Adidas, what? What is that?
Artist Anna Metadilla. So she's a famous Seattle-based artist. She made lots of women-based photography and art. And Luca, whatever his fucking name is, Luca was very inspired by this when he was making the movie. However, did not consult anyone. Luca, no. Luca. It's not the first time Luca's gotten into trouble. All right, number 5. The lead actress revealed the intensity of the shoot was so much she had to go to therapy.
18?
Correct.
Yeah.
Number 7. The film is set during the German autumn of 1977 to explore the generational guilt involved by the Holocaust.
18.
Very correct. Number 8. The movie is the first in a trilogy called Three Mothers.
77.
Correct. For a shot where the actresses had maggots being dropped on them, the crew dropped grains of rice on the girls.
77.
Correct. At 2 hours and 32 minutes, this movie is an hour longer than the other.
18.
Correct. When the director began working on the movie exactly 4 months after completing Call Me By Your Name.
18.
Correct.
Unless
How
there's
did
something
you know?
really surprising there.
Shocker here. No. The Band Goblin produced the score to the movie before the movie was shot.
77.
Excellent. For sound was rarely recorded on set, and the English lines were dubbed in later.
77.
Excellent. We have now a bonus question. She's managed to get this far. Which actress is in the remake of Suspiria, but is also a horror remake queen? She's not a horror queen. She's a horror remake queen. She's been in Carrie, Let Me In, or the American version, Let the Right One In. Which actress am I referring to?
Is it Jessica Harper?
Try again.
Okay, so she was in the original, and she is a remake queen.
No, she's in the remake.
Oh, she's in the remake.
She's in
Does
the
her
remake.
name start with an M?
One of her names begins with an M.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Does one start with a G?
Wait. Was she in? Was Mia Goth in?
No, not Mia Goth.
Was she in it though?
Oh my gosh,
Mia
you're
Goth-
really getting me.
Mia Goth is in the movie because she is a horror queen. She's a
Yes,
certified horror
exactly.
queen.
A remake
But-
or
Yeah.
Remake horror. So this is a special person. You know her by name. You may hate her, but she is in remakes of all your favorite movies.
Oh my God. Clearly
no
she is
clue.
because I love the Suspiria remake. Oh my God. Okay.
So I very purposely didn't write her name down just in case you stole my laptop to
Oh my
look.
Oh my God. God, who else is even in that movie?
Is 50 Shades of Grey a horror movie? I've never seen it.
Only if you're watching it and your girlfriend dragged you to it.
Okay.
That's the male
Against your will,
experience.
yes.
For the male audience, that's your horror movie.
Oh my gosh. I'm I'm picturing the poster on my wall to try and remember like the names.
Can I guess?
Do you want? Okay, so Cassie,
Yeah.
you have to use your landline.
I would love to
Well,
use.
I don't know if this is right, but this is the only other name of any actress or actor I can think of.
So I'm gonna make
Little
this.
bit of
I'm not
both.
gonna make this sudden death because this is entertaining for me to watch you on the
Yeah.
wire.
No, I'm like really disappointed in myself, honestly.
Andy, if you don't get it, well, she will still have one more chance to answer it correctly.
I mean, is it Tilda Swinton?
Unfortunately, no.
I
Okay,
think so,
that's like
but that's
the only
the
other
only one
actress.
I
Okay,
have.
okay. So what remakes did you say? So she was in both the original Let the Right One In and the American.
No, I'm sorry. So she's in the American.
Okay.
You know.
Oh my God, Chloe Grace Moretz.
Wait, she was in that? I don't know.
Yes.
Because you said Carrie.
Yeah, she's in the 2017 or 2016.
The bad
No,
one.
the 2013 version of Carrie. She's
Bad
12
one.
years old and she's
Yes.
playing Let Me In, which is yeah. And then she's in your fucking
so
Suspiria
excited.
remake.
Oh my gosh,
Wait,
I totally forgot.
Is she the one that's like kicked out of the school?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. I
Patricia.
totally forgot about
Yes.
that.
Patricia
Well,
Hengel.
the reason I forgot, I watched the first like 10 minutes of that movie in like 2019 and then finished it like a few months ago, but I just skipped the part where she gets kicked out. So it's
Oh
been
my God.
years.
Well, and then aside from that intro scene, she's pretty gooey any other time you see
Yeah.
her. So
that explains it.
oh my gosh, I can't believe it took me that long.
Well, I mean, it's such a like a hidden underpass of like a
Yes.
question.
Yeah.
It was definitely the question I was most proud of
Oh,
when I was like,
I'm
yeah.
impressed. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Cassie.
no, my boyfriend won't be upset that she didn't come to my mind right away. But I only have eyes for Dakota.
I think we all only have eyes for Dakota
It's true.
Johnson. But don't worry, Cassie. You have passed. Which Suspiria is it? With a palm. I was expecting this to be tougher, but you, of course, aced it.
She's a pro.
She's a pro. So if you're just joining us, we have Cassie Guera, and she is an excellent, excellent Giallo filmmaker in the modern age. What does that mean? We'll talk about it when we get back.
Welcome back, everyone. We are currently chatting with Cassie Guera. We had a very interesting talk over the break. We'll chat about that more and about her film.
So Cassie, we love your movie, but you have some more things coming down the pipeline. Tell us all about it.
I just started writing, which is a big deal for me because I hate writing. I just started writing a new short based on the idea of transubstantiation, which is the belief that communion at Mass is the literal body and blood of Jesus Christ.
Hell of some blood, that good wine.
Oh my God.
Sorry to ruin
Oh my God,
this
no, I
very
was
nice
just
setup
like-
you were doing.
No, you're fine. I was telling, Andy and Hunter over the break that when I was doing my classes for confirmation, was a teenager kind of having like is this who I am?
Which is very classic Catholic, but you're gonna have to explain
Oh,
what
absolutely.
confirmation is for the
True.
for the wasps among us.
Okay, yes. So confirmation is happens after First Communion. Like late, like kind of tween time. And it is basically, confirming your Catholic religion. You pick the name of a saint to be confirmed under, and I chose the saint of mental illness.
Which one is that?
Saint Dymphna.
So you're Cassie Dymphna Guera.
Yes.
That's funny. I'm Hunter Francis de Sales
Oh,
because I picked the
nice.
patron saint of writing.
Awesome.
I'm not to shame you, but a mentally sane person.
Oh no, seriously, no. I was like, what's the most metal thing I can
You
do
actually
here?
get to choose. It's not just like names in a bowl. Like,
Oh no, it's like you are expected to like research and like
Oh,
pick
wow.
something that calls to you.
yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
concerning. They actually have like a mental health person. If you pick a martyr,
Yeah.
you get an email.
They put you on a list.
Oh.
So Cassie, back to good old Catholic
Yeah.
times. What inspires you about this to make the movie?
Basically, there's a singular event that inspired it, and it was being told while I was doing my classes for confirmation that if you do not believe that the communion, that the wine is literally Jesus Christ's body, it will turn into his body as you would expect it to be in your mouth. And then they told us stories about non-believers and people questioning their faith who that has happened to. And I was sitting there oh my gosh. And so I've started writing a short that's basically about that idea and very, very similar to last time a girl in a Catholic school hearing that and kind of becoming obsessed with that idea and starting to see things, and she's not sure if she's imagining or if she's manifesting that, and so basically deals with a girl having a crisis of faith and at the same time really hoping she's not a cannibal.
I need to see this movie. If that was in theaters, I'd be okay, bye, I'm gonna buy a ticket. I'm not even waiting for it to come out on Redbox. That's amazing.
I came up with something very special just for you.
I'm excited for this. So we're gonna play a little game. It doesn't have a name. I was gonna be it's called this. It doesn't have a name. Anyways, I am going to read a line from a movie.
Okay.
Not just any movie, a horror movie that has the aspect of religion wrapped into it.
Okay.
Usually Catholicism.
Okay.
There's a couple that might be Protestant or non-denominational.
We call those B movies in the Catholic Church.
So these are mostly Catholic, all Christian, and I'm just going to read a random line from it. I mean, it's an iconic line, but then you have to figure out. And honestly, with the movies you've been bringing up today, this game might be too easy for you.
I'm afraid of looking a fool, so...
Yeah. I'm going to try to act them out a little bit, so
okay.
I'm going to go with this first one. And then if you really can't think of any, I'll give you kind of options. Okay, this is the first one. You are going to die up there.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. See, I'm already making a fool of myself. Oh, wait. It's a child that says it.
And they just peed on the floor. Or they're about to pee on the floor. Haven't seen it in a few months.
Oh my God.
Can confirm before they pee on the floor.
Before they pee on the floor. So you are going to die up there. Pees on floor.
Pees on floor. Oh my God.
Who pees on the floor?
Who pees on the floor?
I mean, my cat one time. Oh my God.
Who pees on the floor, Cassie?
Oh my God.
Who pees Zuzu on the floor?
Oh my God. Duh. The Exorcist.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh my God.
Good job. You got there.
No, I've brought shame to
Okay. This one
my
might
family.
be easier. This is one of my favorite movies, even though I have never seen it. You guys have any of those? Favorite movie you've never seen?
You've seen a TikTok about it, and
any-
you're that's my favorite.
Any Giallo movie.
Yeah, that was me with Gone Girl for 10 years
Yeah.
until I finally watched it. I was like, that's my favorite.
That's my entire personality.
One of these for me. Okay. What have you done to him? What have you done to his eyes, you maniacs?
Rosemary's Baby.
Yes, good job. Okay.
Very good impression, by
That
the way.
was good.
Thank you. I'm going to be here for Halloween one day. Because I have red hair and, yes. I have a whole list. This doesn't matter. I have a list of every Halloween costume I'm going to do. It goes to 30 years into the future.
Yeah.
Shockingly, same vibes.
Land ahead. Okay, anyways, next one. Never waste your pain.
Oh, that one's not even familiar to me. And I'm going to be embarrassed again.
I don't know if this character is Scottish, but I'm just kind of going there. Never waste your pain. It's a movie we brought up recently during this recording session.
Oh my gosh. Okay, a movie we've already brought up.
Yeah, this person puts himself through pain, puts nails in their shoes, and walks.
Saint Maud.
Yes.
You know what? I still haven't seen it.
Really?
And that's for me. I'm that's my favorite movie.
Yeah.
I have
It's really
I have
good.
the zine on my bookshelf. I still haven't seen the movie.
Have you seen it, Hunter?
Yes.
Is she Scottish? Am I just making that up?
She is
She's vaguely
great
northern.
British.
she's somewhere in that hemisphere north of London.
Yeah.
Definitely votes Tory. That's the important part.
this one is so easy. Okay.
Okay, well, that's what you've been saying. So,
This one's the best because you never see the character say it, you just hear it, but it's so iconic. Wouldst thou like the taste of butter? Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?
The witch.
Yes.
The bitch. Sorry. Excuse me.
The what?
Beep. Yeah, that's Black Phillip, little goat man. So good.
Or is he?
Or is he? Okay, this one is a little more serious. Whatever you do, don't stop praying.
Oh.
This comes from a franchise. Is that the right word?
I would say franchise.
Franchise
yeah.
is
Definitely
not a
franchise.
restaurant, but yeah, it's from. It's like the 4th movie in this series. It's very, very Catholic.
Oh my god.
Some have described this movie as being like the Catholic MCU.
What is this? Why haven't I seen this film?
Let's just say none of the people in this room can guess this correctly. None of us.
Is it The Nun?
Yes.
Okay, that's why I don't know.
Well, I feel like I had to do the number. That was like the best quote I could find.
Okay,
I'm like,
yeah.
I don't remember it, but
Conjuring Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Or the James Waniverse.
Yes.
Okay, this next one is just the best, and I hope you get it. I can see your dirty pillows. Everyone will.
Karen.
Yes. Her beautiful, wonderful mom. So kind.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, good job.
No, not good job. I'm still like reeling from not getting the Exorcist one.
Oh,
And
that's okay.
It's okay.
Would you say she won,
Thank
Andy?
you.
Yeah, she definitely won.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
really kind. Thank
Good
you.
job. You're not going to hell now.
I'm gonna have Catholic guilt about winning this.
What did you think is the percentage of people who go to these movies and then have Catholic guilt afterwards?
Oh, like, I mean, in high percentage. I mean,
Yeah.
there's certain things that, like, my mom has been like, I don't know if I want that DVD in my house.
Oh yeah, my mom doesn't watch movies that have any kind of demon or anything.
Well,
Try to watch The Conjuring, no, didn't.
Well,
happen.
and that's the thing. My family loves horror movies, but, like, if, for the Conjuring example, like, I remember one time I brought it up to my mom and she's like, which one is that again? I'm like, oh, the one with Bathsheba. And she's like, don't say that.
Fun fact. Betsy Burns, my mother, my lovely mother, she had one rule about horror movies because we could watch anything. And I could watch them with her. The hero could not be a priest. The hero could not be a priest.
That is hard up.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's a hard one because if it was a priest, then if we went to mass, she'd be like, the whole time, and it was I had never seen. My mother was the toughest woman I've ever met. She is a badass. She was the coolest person on this planet. She was like pour one out for Betsy. No priest, or she would shudder and shake during mass.
Wow. That's amazing.
That was her one weakness. That was Betsy's kryptonite.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Oh man. Thanks, Betsy. Anyway, Cassie, thank you so much for being on our show. Tell us, where can we find you?
Yeah, so my short Moon Sign is on Vimeo, and hopefully one day this working, The Body of the Blood, that's the working title, will be up there as well.
It better be, because I want to watch it.
Yeah, it better be. I better see it, and you better come on the show when you do. Okay?
Real.
I have a deadline.
Excellent. Yeah, you got 1 year from today. I better see some progress. How you define that's you.
Gosh.
Well, Andy, it's been a great time. What do we got to do now?
Whatever you're doing, stop and support local film.
Support local film, and no matter where in the Catholic Church you're being, spooked.
Yes, absolutely.
And in any terms, if it doesn't matter where, but you better stay creative, Colorado.
Stay creative.
Amen.
It might just save your soul.
Amen.